pleasure to be here and talk about Autodesk. Obviously, Autodesk is no longer a startup company. We are around for about 30 years now. We are basically a leading vendor of design and engineering technology. So we are a US-based company, and we are publicly traded at the Nasdaq. So in order to give you a little bit more insight into our business, I'd like to show you a quick movie. It's a 1-minute movie and gives you a nice overview in terms of kind of what we're doing. So here is how we define design at Autodesk. So we think that design is not only impacting people, but design is also getting impacted by many, many people who are part of the process. You know, when you think about design is just kind of thinking about a problem and trying to find a solution for that one. And actually, let me give you an example kind of for what I mean here. So, you know, I could choose from many, many industries we are covering at Autodesk. But for simplicity reasons, let's go for the renewable energy. Now, the challenge of designing a wind turbine is really, it's not a new one, right? The challenge here is really kind of to find a design that is worthwhile to build, that generates enough energy to make it worthwhile kind of to go through the process of building it. And actually, the first gigawatt level wind turbine has been already designed and built back in the year 1941 by these two gentlemen here. After about 1,000 hours of operation, one of the blades actually snapped, and at that time it hasn't been considered to be financially and economically viable to rebuild it or build new ones of those turbines. And this actually kind of brings across a very important point. So innovators or designers, you know, they need to have the capability of really understanding how their design or their ideas work in a real environment. And actually, when we look at the development over the years, you know, of the wind turbine, starting, you know, with an initial windmill and, you know, ending up kind of where we are today, you know, this continuous process of innovation really kind of requires people, you know, relentlessly questioning every step in the process, right? People need to think about, you know, can I change this material by something or by another material that's lighter or cheaper or, you know, more or stronger? Or can I change the design in order kind of, you know, to make the design more effective? And this actually kind of brought the wind turbine, you know, where we are to a stage where we are today. So it was really kind of a continuous process of innovation, which actually lasted over several centuries. And actually, you know, this kind of design thinking process is extremely important, specifically kind of when it comes to clean tech. We need people in clean tech who are, you know, thinking about, you know, what tools do I have today already in place in order to make my version 3 of my design really kind of more cost-effective, more reliable, and more effective, right? We need people who really think ahead and having that ideas and that vision. So let me give you a hypothetical example, or let's walk through a hypothetical showcase in order to explain kind of what I mean by that. Now, let's say the lady behind me, let's call her Kate. So Kate is a co-founder and a CTO of a company called Wind Power, right? So her vision is really kind of to create a wind turbine or to design a wind turbine that really makes a difference to the world. Now, Kate and the team, they were able to come up with the first release of their design, onshore-based wind turbine, back in the year 2011. So they are using a typical product design process. So they're creating, CAD drawings, and then they're building physical prototypes to evaluate their design. Now, it took the team, about 4 years, really kind of to come up with the first version. Now they're currently working on the first prototype for the second version, which they started to develop basically 1 year back. And actually this morning, Kate was called into an urgent board meeting. And here she learned about her next big challenge. And the next big challenge is version 3 of the design needs to be ready. The design needs to be ready in 3 months from now, on July 1st. They need to come up with the next version. And the super challenge here is that release needs to be kind of 20% more material cost efficient. And at the same time, they need to kind of maintain the energy yield and the operational uptime. And the main challenge even is, there's no additional budget, no additional team, no additional resources. Now, when you think about this, it took the team about 4 years for version 1, they're busy already kind of for more than 1 year with version 2, and now they just have 3 months left, right? And within those 3 months, there's not even time to build one physical prototype, of the many they would actually need to test with different material. So what do? So they are really questioning kind of the whole development process, and actually in the end they're coming up with a completely new approach. What they're using now is a digital prototyping process. So what they're doing now is they're using product design suite from Autodesk, and they're coming up with a completely new digital prototyping process. So the team is now building a digital prototype of the product they're going to build later on physically. And they're using the digital prototyping approach not only to design the wind turbine, but also to optimize, to simulate, and to analyze their design before they build a physical prototype. Now, through this software, they also get access to something what we call the Eco Material Advisor, right? So this gives them access to an extensive database of different material specifications and also environmental impact data. So they're using this really kind of to validate the different materials against each other. Then they're also using the Autodesk Cloud, not only to better communicate with each other, but also using the high-performance rendering and optimization technology based on the cloud. So this actually kind of led to a situation where they really kind of could significantly reduce their material cost and also increase, the operational uptime. Now, when you think about this process, it's basically kind of, this kind of design thinking process that also kind of brought the wind turbine to where it is today. From invention and entrepreneurship through innovation, to a commercial success. Now, the gentleman behind me, this is our CEO. His name is Carl Bass, and he thinks that, clean tech companies, they need to have the best technology available in order, to make a difference and help solve one of the most pressing problems in the world. So therefore, we came up with our famous Cleantech Partner Programme. And through the Cleantech Partner Programme, we basically kind of give access to cleantech startup companies to our whole portfolio of design technology. So basically, all the technology we have available is available for free for cleantech startup companies. So if somebody is interested in talking to us, come and see us. So we will be out there in the room next to this one, or click on our website autodesk.com/cleantech. Here you will find more information, and you can apply online for a partnership there. Thank you very much.
Autodesk is a very generous company. What is the value of the software that you are giving away almost for free?
Yeah, the value can go up to 120,000 euros.
Yeah.
Right. And this is really important for us, right? Because, when you look around you, many things you see around you are certainly kind of designed with Autodesk technology. It could be the chair you're sitting on, can be the device here, can be the building we are in here, can be the transportation, the products here. I can go on and go on and go on like this. So I think it's a good thing.
So if you are not a partner, you should be a partner as soon as possible. Thank you, Erwin.